So my intentions for the call are to just see what is happening with the hatch freeze. That's my big one, hatch freeze, and therefore like the TEC like Commons upgrade script, and seeing the progress on that. And I think that's all I really care about right now. I'm excited to see how that goes. And as far as distractions, I lost my voice somehow, and so I sound like crackly and hard to hear. I'm sorry about that. But other than that, no distractions. I'll pass it to you, Zep.
Thank you, Griff. My intention for the call is think with you guys, and I am actually excited. But me and Sam were hacking a bit on the documentation, and some minutes ago I went where he is at, and he was working on that. So I'm excited to see what he did there. And I'll pass it to Fabi.
Thank you, Seppi. Well, my intention is, as always, to sync up with all of you. Yeah, and distraction, I had to move from one city to another today, so yeah, I just joined to internet. So yeah, I'll pass it to Sam.
Thank you. I think that what my intentions are is to show up the things that I have been working on top of what Septi did the last day, on top of what we did with Tonga and Septi on Monday, and see from there where we can go. Hello, Paulo.
Hi, everyone.
And distractions. We are doing intentional distractions, Paulo. Distractions, no, I'm not distracted. Sometimes Seb comes and says, hey, hi, but it's not a distraction. I will send it to Chui.
Hi, everyone. Intentions for today. I'd like to at some point discuss with all of you what I talked to Griff and Sam about on Saturday, I think it was. Can't remember if it was Saturday or Friday, but yeah, I'd like to talk to you about some of the plans that we have for comms, and as far as distractions goes, I don't have any distractions today, and I'll pass it to Paulo.
Hello. Yes. I'll start with for this meeting. Basically, I want to see what you guys have been working on, and distractions. Well, this last week, I've been busy with working on some sort of like a training course for my previous project to help the new developer to helping with the things that I work on that project, the tools that I develop, and helping to know how to use them. So that's why I've been like doing some kinds of sessions and some sort of formation for him. So that's been taking a big part of my time. So yeah, and I think that will be all. I'll pass it to Fabi.
I went already.
Sorry. Heater?
Yeah. Hey, everyone. So I'm still like finding my way around TEC. I kind of joined have been joining for the last couple of weeks, onboarding, I suppose you could say. And this is one of the meetings I haven't made it to yet. So just kind of my intention is to see what goes down on these Monday evenings or mornings, whatever time zone you're at. And I am not distracted. This meeting has my full attention for the next hour.
Very cool. I think Tonga, you still have to go, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Griff. I have no intentions in particular. I just want to see what's going on. And if there is time, I can. I think I guess you already know what I'm working on, but if there is time, I can show that too. But I don't think it's necessary. Yeah. Back to this.
That will be cool, Tonga.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, well, let's. But he did request at the end, so I'll put it as part of the board review. As you can see, I made an agenda. I might have missed some things at the beginning from your call, from what you said, Fabi, just because I was distracted with making this. So, if anyone else had any agenda topics, please feel free to add them to the notes, which I posted in the Commons Swarm One Hive channel up above. And Metaverde, welcome, just in time for intentions, distractions. Do you have any intentions or distractions for the call?
Me? Yeah, my attention is on getting the TEC Discord templates that I moved to done and ready to hand over so I can move on to other things. And my distractions are trying to catch up with all the BuzzDAO stuff I've been missing. And I'm skipping class because I want to be here.
Oh, well, thanks for joining us, Metaverde. It's very nice. So I'd propose that we start with show-off documentation. And again, please, if you have anything to add to this agenda, please add it, and I will make sure it gets said. But show-off documentation. Sam, did you want to lead that?
Yes. I think that I can share my screen. Let's see. We're here. First of all, Tonga, Septi, and me joined on Monday and brought all the things that should need documentation. And we have first this implementation spec that is already completed in the forum. We have been we started during this week the matching state diagram.
Sorry, Sam. I'm not able to see your stream. I don't know if someone else has that same problem.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I have the same problem too.
Okay, I'm sorry. I am going to share it again. Thank you for saying that.
Okay, now I can see.
It's working now,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so Tonga, Septi, and me were hanging out and looking for all the documentation that is missing. And we are pretty confident that the Hatch Oracle, the Impact Towers, the Tandelion voting, redemptions, and Toolgate are well documented. And we will need only to document the Hatch application and a little bit better the Hook Token Manager. And most of all, the TEC template. And then we started with the Hatch machine, the machine state diagram with Septi. And we worked on this part here and also this part here. And then what Septi did was to describe it a little bit, and I have been finishing describing it with which are all the states. I will go now what it is about. But basically, we have been doing all the states, which are the prerequisites for each of the states, and which are the available options for each of them, right? So this is like, I think that it will need like 1 hour more of work in order to be publishable on the forum. And the rest of the documentation is like finish the documentation of the apps. That it should not take so much time because, as you can see, the documentation that we are looking for is just how do we initialize it, which are the roles, and that's all. Like it should not take so much too.
One question. All the apps follow the same format, like how to initialize it.
Yes, more or less.
Okay.
If you see, more or less, it's like how do you initialize it, what everything means. And for the Hatch application, for example, we don't have it.
Yes.
And the hook token manager, we could expand it a little bit. But I mean, this is very easy. The problem that we have is the template it should be much more documented. I think that we could include the implementation spec and matching state diagram inside the TC template documentation. I'm not sure if we should be doing, as it is right now, it lacks a lot of to use it, or maybe what we need is to not only document it better, but also clean it up, because we are having many scripts here that maybe we are not going to use anymore. Generate CSV, for example, because now it's a token instead of CSV. So maybe we can remove these or document better, basically. The problem that we have with that is that that's the second part of the freeze. It stopped working last week. I don't know if that's because of some changes that I introduced, or what is going on. Maybe Truffle stopped working. We still don't really know. And Gabi has been working on it, updating it to Builder, but I don't know if that is going to take a lot of time or not. Maybe we can find another solution sooner. But the thing is that it's better to focus on just one thing. So what I was working is on finishing the documentation with some of you guys. And if Gabi cannot finish that sooner than I finish the documentation, then we will put double effort on the deploying the template. So when I finish, I can join the effort too.
Can you again state the documentation that needs to be updated still? That's not done. Just sorry, yeah. Just nice.
It's very few documentation. The Hatch application, the hook token manager application, finish the matching state diagram. That I think that we have some time to dive in it a little bit if you are interested. And then we have other things that it could be interesting in the future, but depends on other things. So just have them.
It's just the machine state, the TEC template, and the Hatch app, and the hook token manager. It's just those four.
Yes. And the machine state diagram it might need like 1 hour more or something like that. Are you interested into going a little bit deep on that? Or maybe you want to use, I mean, who would be interested in 5 minutes on digging deep into it? Or we can go to other topics.
No, I think this is a great moment to just like assign people to these issues, honestly.
Okay.
So we have the machine state diagram. This is fucking cool, by the way. I assume that there's going to be some like improving the English required. I saw like no vote versus vote no, and little simplification, things like that. Is there anyone who wants to take this on?
I want to finish it, but I would like to have help from somebody who speaks English. Like
Griff, is this something that I could do? Is it just cleaning up the English with Sam, or is it something that's more technical that's outside of my range yet?
What do you think, Sam?
I think that it could be very nice that we work on that together. I
I
think
would-
that I can put I will make sure that it has everything that it needs for Adria. And yeah, but why not? Let's do it together. I
Yeah,
think that
excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a proofreading machine. If that's what that's about, then I'm all in.
okay.
And the other part of it is making sure that Sam finishes it too. So it's a cat herding task as well.
It's a what task?
A cat herding task, because Sam's got so many things on his list
Okay.
that you can help maybe make a hack
Prompt
them
him.
or
Yeah.
something.
What time zone are you in, Sam?
I am in city.
He says he's in Europe, but he sleeps like he's in New York. So
Okay. All right. Well, I'm a Da Vinci sleeper. It's the only Da Vinci thing about me at this point in my life, but I can make it work. Awesome. Love to do it.
awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I assigned you to the wrong one. Okay, so what about the Hatch application?
Okay.
I can do that. I would like to have some English reviewer too, just to fix some small details about the typos or something like that. But I can write the documentation for the Hatch.
Excellent. I should set up my own little side hustle here, huh?
Yeah. Well, just so you know, like the main person who's reading this is Adria, and I think you guys speak the same language. So don't let the bad English on the Hatch application be a blocker for it getting done. Just like at least free. What I want to say is it would be great to have Metaverde or someone review it for English, but it shouldn't stop us from handing it to Adria and having the hatch freeze. You know what I mean?
I agree. I've seen a couple places in the space where people have been kind of I don't know, rude about the English, and it's like, come on, man. It does not mess up the ideas, right? Mister, you're a better man than I. That's all.
Yeah.
I will help with the English wherever I can.
Thank you, Metaverde. It's very nice.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Make sure to dish praise to Metaverde. Anyway, finish the TEC template documentation. Who wants to take on that one?
I think that this is going to be a little bit more complicated because we are still changing not the documents, but we still have to finish the contracts.
Okay, so this one's kind of blocked.
This one is kind of blocked. Yeah.
Okay, well, I will. For now, I'll assign it to you, and I'll put it in product backlog. Oh, actually, we have a blocked column? I'll put it in blocked, but I'll assign it to you, Sam, when you feel like it's ready for someone else to take on. I also understand that I might be the right person to take it on too.
What I think is that before documenting it, we should fix the deployment. So just after finishing the state diagram, what I will do is to go for it and finish it. It also needs the Commons migration vote that will be inside this same repo. So what I will say is that this repo is not finished. So let's first finish it and then we document it.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. And what about the finish the hook token manager documentation? is there token manager documentation that is like can be ripped off for this?
No, this is the documentation that already exists. The only thing that it needs is to add some sections on how to initialize it, how it works together with conviction voting, and which are the roles. I think that I think it's something similar to what Pablo is getting with the other repo. Maybe you, Pablo, can do both because it's. I think that they both are going to be very similar. Once you have one, you will have the other.
Okay, yeah, I can work on that too, if there's some similarities.
You're
Yeah, I
a
think.
goddamn hero, Paulo. Seriously. Signing up for documentations as a dev is very difficult, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I would like to do it as well because I want to improve my writing skills too.
Oh, nice!
So it will be a nice challenge.
That's great news. Okay, cool. And I'm sure Sam has very clear ideas for it too, so you can ping him about the details. Okay, so but the documentation that exists looks amazing. This is really cool. Cool. Also, I don't know if did you see that Santi's original? I don't know. Does Santi's original diagram have a place here in the documentation or no?
I think that it has been replaced with this one because it is more. It says the same, but in a more formal manner.
Okay, great. Sounds good.
That is more suitable. More suitable for the audit.
Okay, sounds good. Is there anything else you want to add about?
No, I will say that apart from the documentation, we need to solve the deployment of the DAO, the vote, and maybe something else that will come up from the audit, especially when we can create new votes. That new vote thing, anyone can create it. And this is what we want because we want it to be sufficiently decentralized. At the same time, this new vote can be created at any moment. And if it is created right here, this implies that, or even right here, this implies that people who is just donated will not be able to vote on a vote that has been created previously. So it could make
It sounds like an edge case that you can bring up to Adria and just see if he thinks it's a problem. I don't think it'll be a problem, especially if we have a high toll fee.
Yeah, I think that it's an edge case that we have to take into account because it can be problematic. I think that it's the only edge case that we have to take into account. The problem is that if we have any problem, we also need to create new votes in order to solve them. So create a new vote is something that should be available in any state of the DAO. But I don't know how to do that in a fair manner. By the way,
it sounds like something that needs to be considered, but that it's not like the end of the world.
Okay. So as I was saying, that migration vote must be done, and I don't think. Are you sharing your screen, Griff, with the rest of the things?
I am, but I think that we can go to just because I'm making I'm calling it that I made issue 38 early vote edge case,
Okay.
and we'll address it as we go. But actually, I think the next thing is more show and tell. Did you have other work to show off besides documentation?
Let me. Maybe Tonga has some, and we were working together. No, from my side, I think that I don't have any more. I think that we can go with the wiki and all that stuff that we were working together, but it's better that you present to present it.
Okay, cool. Is there any questions on documentation by anybody? Man, wow, we have a party now. Jeez, welcome guys. Cool. Well, then let's keep moving and let's go to the comms update. Chewy, did you want to give us some updates on the work we did this weekend?
Yeah, thanks, Griff. I wanted to start talking again about doing an AMA, but this is obviously going to be more focused in the Commons Swarm. So I think now that you mentioned that we have a lot of visitors in this weekly meeting, so we're gonna be inviting the One Hive community, obviously, and gonna be counting with the bus team to help us put this event out there. So I wanted to ask you guys if you were okay with probably the first days of March. I remember that you had Thursdays available, but I wanted to check with the team to see if you guys are still available. And now that you are here, Luke, I also wanted to ask you if you would be interested in also having an AMA for you guys this way we can probably um better use our resources.
I'm always down to participate in an AMA. Just let me know what time, and I'll see if I have a conflict.
Okay, perfect. I don't know if Sam, do you have any input for this particular AMA? I mean, we had already something like planned for the last one, but I think this can be different in some ways and also count with different um, members as well.
Yeah, from my side, I was thinking that it could be interesting to show off the things that we have been doing as a common swarm, and I put off the narrative of that common swarm is building on top of gardens, with and to explain a little bit better which are the differences, and in order to differentiate to explain better what we are doing, I think that it could be useful to differentiate that, to explain what is gardens, and on top of that explain what common swarm is or what the commons project is. I think that we already wrote a little bit about it in the wiki, and maybe we can show it up.
Just a quick one, Chewy. Is it possible to do February instead of early March, or is that too challenging?
I think you're cutting off, Griff. Sorry, what was that?
No, I just lost my voice. Is it too challenging to do that at the end? That work?
I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
So is it possible to do it not this week but next week, as opposed to?
As opposed to what?
Yeah, you're
Early
cutting out,
March?
Griff.
Oh no. Can we do it not this week but next week instead?
What do you mean? The AMA?
So,
Yes, the AMA. Can we do the AMA this week?
Actually, this is why I think the beginning of March, probably middle of March, could be a better idea, because it's also going to give us a chance to like get a lot of stuff on its feet. So probably by the beginning or middle of March, we're also going to be much more like better informed and be able to provide like better information. So yeah, I mean, definitely, I think we need a few weeks to figure out some of the stuff.
Cool. So, do you think we'll still be able to post our this week then?
Sorry, I didn't get it again.
I think that he talks about the forum post with the funding proposal, and also.
Okay, you mean. Okay, sorry. You were talking about the funding proposal now. Yeah, I think so you think next week is a better idea?
Well, I'd love to get the form proposal up this week if.
Okay. Yeah, I think. What do you think about this? This we can use the weekly recap to announce the proposal, and yeah, we can give it this next week to see if everyone has any input.
Do you guys would like to share the wiki update? Maybe Chui or Griff?
It's not posted yet, right? So I think we can just share. We did a lot of work. That's the update. I do want to save time for the so we can make sure we get issues assigned. But maybe, I mean, we can always share that channel as one.
You are cutting a little bit, Griff.
Oh no!
We are trying to understand you, but sometimes it's difficult. Okay, I think that he was saying that he wants to save time for something else.
Yeah, I think for the board.
No, whatever.
Exactly. Can you guys hear me better now?
Yeah.
Yes, a little bit better. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so we will just to end on comms. We will be able to update the wiki and do the funding proposal this week, right?
Yes. Also, the update that we added on Saturday, it's already up. We'll approve it that same day. So yeah, we're gonna be improving those updates, and yeah, the funding proposal is gonna be up by Wednesday this week.
Fantastic. Cool.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't that frequent or are trying to get closer to the Commons Swarm and what happens in gardens, yeah, make sure you guys can jump by the forum and discuss this proposal to make it yeah, even better.
Yeah, we really appreciated all the input from everybody. It helped us really define the direction going forward, and we always welcome all the valuable feedback from you guys. So don't be shy. Tell us what we need to hear. And let's jump into the board though and see what's blocking us. You guys can hear me all right, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's better.
great. Oh, thank gosh. Okay. There's 5 issues in review. Looks like there's a pull request here. Get the reserve ratio from the contract. This is from Vivi a long time ago. Oh no. Is this still being reviewed, Sam?
It was not priority because we are not working on that part of the code.
Okay,
but
that's okay.
I think that.
We can...
But it's something that was very good, I think, already.
Okay, nice. What about this node 12 is required?
That's related with a problem that Paulo had, but I think that it was solved by Fabi.
Yes, this was already solved.
Yep.
Closed. Thank you, guys.
Guys,
Nice work.
In the last call, we talked about that Fabi was pending on something regarding Paulo.
Yes, Fabi was expecting me to do the pull request so he can work on starting from that. The pull request, I still haven't done it. I want to do it early this week.
Which issue is this?
Which one?
Is it yeah. Sorry, can you say that again, Sam?
If which issue is the one that we are talking about? That's I don't know. Spring backlog probably.
Let's see, finish hashing.
I think that there is no issue on that.
Oh, so what needs to be done?
Basically, I had to do the pull request so Fabi can start working, starting from that pull request. One moment. It's this pull request. Basically, it's the one related to the hatch goal. Because if I remember correctly, Fabi was working on the hatch goal some descriptions, like the what was it? I think that Fabi, do you remember what was the
the cultural attributes and the other description?
And that's an issue. I think the cultural descriptions.
That one,
yeah. So to start working on that, Gabi is waiting for my PR.
Okay, so this is Paulo, right? Sorry.
No. Actually, that's mine. I'm waiting for Paulo's PR to work on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll have it tomorrow, I think. Last week I couldn't do any much work.
That's cool. Awesome. What about actually, Paulo? What about this one? It should warn you.
This issue is included on that PR as well.
Okay, cool. I think the Figma review is done, right, Sam?
David left some comments for you to check there. I think maybe blah blah. I'm not sure if Paulo was already working on that on top of that Figma. I don't know if you had some questions regarding that.
I don't think so.
For me to check there. Oh, maybe it's for me. Okay, I'll try to close this issue. Let's see. So there's sorry, I want to keep going because we only have 15 minutes. Vercel tool needs to be fixed to deploy correct.
That's already solved? that one is related to the Note 12 issue that you closed 1 minute ago.
Nice. Nice work. That's awesome. So this is Sem's working on that. Okay, let's see what's in progress. Redeploy the hatch down and freeze the hatch. Well, let's go back to that one. Is Gabby here?
I think not.
Okay, so we're missing integration tests. Do you know if have you heard any of this from Gabby?
No, I think that we are in a worse position than that because we cannot even deploy the contracts on XDAI. So in order to do that, we should hack a little bit the builder plugin, so we can grab the applications and then do tests on them. But it is, I mean, it should not have a big priority. We still need to fix it, and then that would be interesting to have. But I don't know if we'll be able to have it soon, and I will not freeze the audit based on that.
Okay. So so Gabby right now is working on integrating the Bidler. I guess it's called Hard Hat, right?
Yeah.
Well, he was working on that.
Is it Hard Hat or Bidler?
It's Hard Hat now.
This is one of the options that we have, and the other option is to fix the truffle.
But he's going for the Hard Hat plugin, right? And this is for the Commons upgrade, right?
Not exactly. It's just to deploy the DAO that it stopped to work.
Wow, that's so weird. Okay. And this is happening right now.
This is why I was saying that instead of advancing, it looks like we are retroceding, but I hope that it's just a little bit of technical debt that we can solve and have a much better code base after having that.
Cool. So it sounds like Gabby is probably maybe a little too busy to do this. To do the smart contract for the vote, since he's working on the Bidler integration.
The thing is that it's blocked. Since we cannot deploy the smart contracts, we cannot do anything else. So after doing the documentation, the priority will be deploying by any means the contracts, and it's not the contract, it's the template contract. And
cool.
And when we have that solved, then we can go with the rest of the things.
Okay, cool. So this is also blocked then. Okay, and I have the issues for the documentation. Is there anything else that is blocked that we need to make an issue for that's blocking us for the hatch freeze?
Anything in the documentation? I am not understanding.
Is there anything, the documentation we discussed, and we have these there, but is there anything else that we should talk about that's blocking us from freezing the hatch?
We will need the final parameters, and I am not sure how the front end is looking like. Which is the state of when you finish, Paula? When you finish the pull request that you are doing, What is exactly Fabi going to build on top of it?
Really quick. Well, okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Griff.
Well, I just wanted to finish this topic. You said we need the final parameters for is that the Commons upgrade?
Yes, kind of. Well, in order to do the rehearsal, I think that it could be interesting to have.
Okay, sorry about that. And then what did you ask, Pablo?
Yes, my PR includes the changes that Fabi made to the hatch to include the TEC Commons UI library to replace the Aragon UI one. Some issues like the CSDK token message and other issues like the one regarding the MetaMask pop-up that takes too long. That was also solved, and the issue that Griff opened long time ago regarding the that we can prompt the pre-transactions much faster, because it also takes too long when a user wants to contribute to the hatch. So basically that's what they include. So the right now the latest version of the hatch it has the designs that Fiore made, and what I think Fabi was going to work on top of that was the fixing or adding the descriptions of that we were talking about, the cultural build tribute. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And in order to have that, we will also need the formulas of the cultural tribute and all that. That's what we discussed some weeks ago. Okay. So what I will say is that after having the contracts and everything and the audit, we still are working on the front end too. But I think that it's not going to be. We already had a working front end.
Yeah, I think the front end is pretty much I think finished, because the one of the important things that was replacing the Aragon UI with our own UI is already done, and the things that are left are some small details like the cultural descriptions and all of that. So I think we have a pretty working front end.
Nice. And that's not a blocker for freezing the hatch contracts anyway, right?
No, I would say no.
So the things I see as blockers, so I'm on the in progress column, I'm just calling this like this is the shit we need to get done to finish the hatch freeze. So we need the documentations to get done, right?
Yes.
Sam?
Yes.
We probably need to test. Oh, sorry.
And regarding your question before, I think I understood. I think that you asked if we need the parameters done in order to freeze the hatch. They are not required. The parameter.
Okay, that's great. So I'll move that out. Is there? I think that's it that we need to focus on for this sprint. I mean, there's obviously lots of other issues, and if other people in this call want to take on issues, that's super cool. And feel free to Sam, maybe you would be the person to pass out issues if we need to.
The Tonga is already working on one, and maybe Well,
Yeah, Tonga, you want to show it? You want to show off your work?
Well, it's not that much to show off, but I can show. So,
Yeah, please do.
sorry, one sec.
No worries.
So I just shared this, but I want to share. Yeah, I'm working on the tech convert, and hopefully I can continue once I'm done with this issue. I can continue with the next issue on the same repo because it's easier to look at the same repo over and over. So, do you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks great.
Okay, so what we are working with SEM is here the entry and exit tribute that's going to be shown down here. So for now, what we have is that whenever we click, it switches and it shows, like if we are buying test tech, we show the entry tribute, and if we sell the exit tribute. Yeah, we have been having some trouble calling the contracts for next slide, and also seeing which one is the one that we have to use, choosing between market maker or bank or contracts. But I think we can have it in less than maybe in a week. We are close. And yeah, and these are the issues open on the do you see? Yeah, okay. This is the one we are working on now, and after this one we can work on the next like these other two. Maybe you can assign them to me if you want. I will be like I like this repo because I don't know, took already enough time. So
yeah, just recall that these are good issues in order to work with Web3, and they are issues regarding the front end interacting with the contracts. Right now with Web3, not with Ethers. But for people who want to learn, if somebody in this call wants to join us, and it can be interesting for you to put your hands dirty.
yeah.
If not, we can continue working on that, Tonga.
Yeah, and anyway, if anyone is Web3 and that stuff, I'm with that all day, so I'm open to talk and per
Tonga, if can you DM my voice, man? Can you DM me the your GitHub handle? I can't. I see you're not in the group.
Yeah.
And is there anyone? Maybe I'll just call out a couple people that are lingering and just check in on if you guys are interested in participating in the Commons Swarm. And you can totally say, "Oh no, thank you." Specifically, GoTech. Are you there? No.
Yeah, I'm here. I was just curious to see how it all works, and it's amazing the job you're doing, guys. And whatever I can do, I'm happy to participate if I can do. I just didn't realize exactly what it's a comment about. What?
Well, are you a developer? Are you interested in?
No. I'm not for nothing. I'm designing a platform, and I'm interested in your job, and I was just curious about it, and I was joining to see what you're doing, guys. That's all.
Oh, nice. No, thank you, GoTech. No, it's good. I really appreciate that. What about you, Heater? I know you've been around the block. Are you a developer interested in supporting this, or?
Unfortunately not.
No worries.
I would if I could.
Of course. What about Saltorius?
Yeah, so I am a developer. I'm pretty new to OneHive in general, but yeah, I would love to, support on any projects that are in the pipeline.
Nice. Can you tell us about your experience?
Yes, I mean I'm relatively junior developer, but I just got, so it's been a year since I started working as a developer, but since then there's a few personal projects that I've worked on. One being GU Stakes, which is a platform where players of the blockchain game Gods Unchained can wager on like 1v1 matches. So I built a smart contract for that and built a front end for that. I'm just trying to, up my skills as far as solidity and development in general. So yeah, wherever I can help out, I'm happy to do.
Nice. Well, maybe you should connect with Tonga and see if you guys could have like a hack session on some stuff. I bet you'd have fun. Tonga.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Would you be down with that, Tonga?
Yeah.
Nice.
So message me and we can schedule a session.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good, man. Thank you.
Awesome. And there's also PX. I see you in the channel. Are you a developer interested in getting involved? Meow. Meow. We can't hear you, PX, if you're talking. Oh no. Sorry, PX. We just can't hear you. Or can you guys hear him? Can anyone hear PX?
No.
Nope.
Sorry, PX. But if you have any interest in contributing, you can also message Tonga or Sem, and we'll get you rolled into the party. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for the great call, and I'll see you guys next week.
Went out. I'm sorry, my battery went out, but see you next week, guys.
Bye, everyone.
See you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.